What's up, everybody? If there's anything these dire times have told us, it's the fact that some good things are coming out of it. I don't want to mention what these times are, what we're going through, because I feel like we've given that enough power as it is. So, basically, I want to talk about the good that's coming out of it. The planet is healing, and a lot of people becoming more aware of themselves, and they're prioritizing. Now, if you're one of the people that says there's nothing that's coming out of this that's good, then I really feel like you should evaluate what's going on in your life and how you want to move forward after this. Because it's not so much the during, it's the after that it's really going to define where we stand. And hence, I'm calling this new normal season, where you take some of the good things that you've learned and that you've realized about yourself, or habits or traits out of the adjustments you've made to survive these times, and you implement them into your normalcy. You pretty much make them standard operating procedure. And there are three things that I think everyone should redefine and make their new normal, or in these three areas. Number one, it's career and financial adjustments. Obviously, people are not spending money in the same way, which bleeds over into who's working and who isn't, who's essential and who isn't. Now, there's a lot of debate of what could be labeled essential. It's the same conversation that someone might have had with you when you were a teenager, when it came to what are your wants and what are your needs. And that's the same place we're at right now. We need to realize what our needs are, what our wants are, and not only that, but how does your career contribute to the need, and how does your career contribute to the wants? A lot of people that contributed to wants are at home unemployed because they've been deemed non-essential. So this is a good time if you really didn't like your career, you're not happy at work, or something about it just didn't sit well with you and you just did it because you were good at it and it paid well, and now you're sitting at home. Now is the time to really look at how could you be essential, or how could you be more fulfilling to no matter what situation may be going on. And of course, financial adjustments in terms of how you spend that money that you earn. What do you choose to buy? What do you choose to have people do for you in terms of services? What do you choose to do for yourself? Food is a big part of it. You have a lot more people cooking now than going out to eat. Maybe it's time to cook more often. So those are the things to look out for in terms of career and financial. Second is social adjustments. Now, everyone's talking about social distancing and how it's necessary, and it is to a degree. But at the end of the day, we're all social creatures. If you leave human beings isolated long enough, the mind will start to lose its sanity because we're just not wired that way. Now, the social adjustments that I'm talking about aren't necessarily to keep social isolation going after this is all said and done. But let's be honest, some of that is going to take place. I just don't think you should do it with absolutely everyone. Now, during these times, the people that you've been checking up with to make sure that they're okay, and the people that check on you to make sure you're okay, because that's important. You can go ahead and check on a lot of people, but it's the people that actually check on you to see how you're doing. Those are the people that are part of your tribe. Those are the people that you need to make sure you're not isolated from even after this is over. Those are the real ones. They may be the ones you've expected, but you may have had 2 or 3 people that you didn't expect to keep up with you so well, and they're actually keeping up. So, and I'm sure that there's examples that apply to everyone. It could be that one coworker you didn't think of, or it could be that family member that was really, really distant before, and now they're keeping up with you through some kind of medium. Those are the ones you keep. Now, on the flip side of that, the people who should be communicating with you and just are not, they need to go. Now, granted, a lot of people are going to go back and forth on this and say, well, some people are stressed, some people have situations. Sure, but if you're reciprocating some kind of connection and care, and it's not being given back to you, then that says something. Because I guarantee you those people are reaching out to someone and they're just making it so that those other people are priority and you've been labeled as a non-priority. So you need to label them as a non-priority as well. And the third field that you should go ahead and adjust is internal adjustments. Now, this is probably the biggest one out of all of them. Internal adjustments as in, what fulfills you? What is your purpose? What do you do? Why do you do it, more importantly? And also, any bad habits you may have. Maybe you have the bad habits because of some trauma that may have happened to you. Now's the time to address that. You've had any situations that have impacted you negatively that you haven't quite been able to fix, whether it be, something structural, like actual material, or a relationship with someone that just kind of fell off in the wrong way that shouldn't have. Now's the time to tend to that. It's also a good time to get rid of any vices. If you notice that work had you smoking more, for example, and now you might be one of the ones that are unemployed, or if you are employed, things are less stressful in certain departments and you find yourself smoking less. Now would be a great time to make an adjustment to that habit. Drinking alcohol is another one. And then also, we have to be very mindful of what we consume and how we cope in these times, because we could easily fall into a new vice that replaces an old one, and it's more accessible because we're home, or we're home more often. So those are the three areas that I think are most important that you have to cover. And it's time basically to go ahead and reassess what hasn't worked out for us, and then replace it with what does work and what does feel fulfilling and makes us feel good and has us realize our potential. If there's anything this teaches us, it's the fact that the old normal either wasn't working or was too harmful to ourselves spiritually or energetically or everything around us. So it's time to make sure that we take the good out of all of this and incorporate it, because until we start to work on ourselves, I don't see this getting any better unless we make it better by improving everything about ourselves first. New normal season. That's where we're at.